Okay, take the time to grade each of these. You will include the name and the figures. Yes, you must have 2 triangles, the name and 2 rectangles, the name and 2 triangles, the name and 1 triangle because it's a pyramid, the name and 1 set of these, either this one, or this one, the name and 2 triangles, name 1 rectangle because it is a pyramid, the name and 1 triangle because again it's a pyramid, and the name and 2 rectangles, whichever set you chose, front, back, side to side, or top and bottom. Finally, name 2 triangles, name 1 rectangle because the base is a rectangle for that pyramid, the name and 2 rectangles, whether you made them top and bottom, front and back, or side and side. All right, so now let's grade your measurements. This is obviously a 3, while this is measured at a 5. So let's do the area equals. It's a triangle, so 1/2 BH. So then area equals 1/2, 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Half of 15 is 7.5. And yes, this is in centimeters, so square centimeters. Okay, let's get to our measurements first. Obviously, this side is 8. This side is also 8, but the height of this object is a 10. So it depends on which base you used. So if you used this base, this side right here as your base, so it would be the right side in the back, that would be an 8 by 10, and that would be 80, and this is square centimeters. If you used the bottom, that would be an 8 by 8 down there. Finish it off. 8 times 8 would get you 64 square centimeters if you use the top and bottom. And of course, if you use this other side right here, that is the same as the red one that we've already calculated because it is already a 10 by 8 again. So you have 2 possible answers, depending on which base you used. Well, top and bottom, 64 square centimeters. Side to side or left and right, front and back, it is 80 square centimeters. All right, let's do our measurements. This is obviously 2.5, 2.5. Yes, you gotta have that decimal in there. And this is a height of 3.5. And this is in inches because we used our inches for this one. So let's go ahead and calculate. Area equals 1/2 BH because it is a triangle. Area equals 1/2 2.5 times 3.5. If you multiply 3.5 times 2.5, you get 8.75, and you divide that in 2, because it is a half, you get 4.375 square inches. Hopefully you know by now not to use that slant. That is not the height because this is not a 90-degree angle. You always have to pick this dotted line for the height of the object, even if it's on a solid 3D figure. All right, let's go over the measurements. This one is about 11, and that's centimeters. This is 2 centimeters, and then it is 15.5 high centimeters. So it depends on which one you chose. If you chose the front side as your base, that is 15.5 by 11. So that would be 15.5 times 11, and that would get you 170.5 square centimeters. if you use the top and bottom, so you are using the different figure of the top and bottom as your base. So you're using this lid over here. That is a 2. And of course, this measurement was 11. So that is 11 times 2 would get you an easy 22 square centimeters. Now, if you use the sides, the left side and the right side, that is a 2 by 15.5. So that's 15.5 times 2, and that gets you a 31 square centimeters. So you have 3 answer options depending on which base you chose. Again, the red is the front side. That's this one here. It's the biggest piece, and that's how you got the 170.5 square centimeters. The green is the top, that lid, and that is a 2 by 11, and that's how you got the 22 square centimeters. If you chose to use the right side and left side, the sides of the box as your base, that gets you 31 square centimeters. Any one of those answers is correct. All right, now the cheese. If we look at this one is measuring this 0 to 3, 3.5, depending on which one you chose. I'm going to choose the 3.5, so 3.5, and this is in inches. And then of course the dotted line is the height if you measure that way, and that came out to 5 inches. Okay, formulas. Area equals, it is a triangle. The top, the base of that is a triangle. So 1/2 BH, 1/2, 3.5 times 5. 3.5 times 5 is 17.5. You divide that in 2 because, again, triangle, you're getting 8.75, and that is square inches. All right, so let's start by marking our measurements. The width of this box is 12. The height of this box is 20, while the width of the box is 2. So if I am trying to find the front side, if I use the front side as my base, that area would be a 20 by 12. And that gets you a square feet of 240 square centimeters. Okay, if I'm using the bottom, that's a 12, and that is a 2. So in green, that would be a 12 by 2, and that gets you an easy 24 square centimeters. If by chance you use the sides then right here is the height of that box was 20. This was 20, while the width was 2. So that means the area is 20 times 2, which gets you 40 square centimeters. Any one of those answers is fine. All right, let's gather their measurements here. The width of this one, I'm assuming, would continue to about right there, which is a 13 centimeters. The height is listed over here. Of course, you're using the dotted line of 12 centimeters. So it is a triangle. So area equals 1/2 BH. That's 1/2 of 13 times 12. 13 times 12 is 156, and of course you're taking half of it, so your final answer is area is 78 square centimeters. There's only one answer. All right, now so this rectangular pyramid, you need to realize, do not measure the side triangles. Those are not bases. The bases are the bottom part right here, and this is measured at 5 inches, while this over here 2 inches. So this one is very simple. Area equals base times height, which is 5 times 2. So the area is an easy 10 square inches. All right, so let's take our measurements for the Pampers. This one was 15, and that was in centimeters. This was, the width of the box was about 4.5, 4.5. while the height of the box was an even 11. So it all depends on which side you actually use to calculate. If you calculated the front as your base, the front side right here, that would be 11 by the width of 15. So area for that side would be 11 times 15. That gets you 165 square centimeters. The next one, if you use the top and bottom for your base, this would be obviously the width of 15 and 4.5. 15 and 4.5. So that area, we would multiply those two together, write it on out, and you're going to get 67.5, and that's square centimeters. Now, if you happen to choose the sides over here were this over here, and that was obviously 4.5 by the height of that object was 11. So the other combo we haven't hit yet was 11 times 4.5. And that gets you a final answer of 49.5 square centimeters. Now this leads into what we're doing today, because what you need to realize is we're going to add up all the sides. Now what we have is we have a combination of 3 different sides. The front, right here, the left and right, and the top and bottom. Left and right and top and bottom. But the problem is that's only one of them. So with this set, we need 2 of each of these. I need 2 because that's just the front. I need the back. I need the left or the top and the bottom, and the left and the right. So to get the total surface area, which is what we're working on, we would add up all of these and multiply them times 2 because there's 2 of each.